Hello everybody, hope everybody's doing well, and thank you for watching. So I just want to share with you some tips and tricks on making some butterfly embellishments, kind of like a tutorial. I've made a video in the past where I have shared same method to do these embellishments, but I just want to do an updated one so you guys can see with different dyes than in the previous video. But I will link down that video down below in the description box in case you have not seen it. So I ordered these are some dyes. I'm going to show you first what I've used. So these are some butterfly dyes that I've ordered from Temu. So these are the two smallest sizes. I like to work with small embellishments so that they can, small dies, so they can be added to any project without looking too big on the project that I want to add the embellishment to. So these are the two. So it did come with this pack. There were 4. Let me get this piece of paper. So there were 4 butterflies, like I said. This is the smallest one. Let me move my water out of the way. And this one is about 1.5 inches, and then the other one is 2, and then the other one is 3, and I'm assuming the other one is like 3.25 long. Okay, the other one was 2 3/4, and the other one is almost 3. All right, so those are the sizes on these butterflies. I did order these through Temu, and like I said, I used these 2, the smallest ones. And then here are the little antennas for the butterfly dies. All right, so I'm gonna put that to the side. Actually, I will remove the ones that I did not use. I don't want to confuse you. If I can, I know prices have changed, but if I can find the links to these dies that I've ordered, I will link them down in the description box below. I know prices have changed with the tariffs and all. I did order these before that took place, so I did make a large order on that. All right, so moving on. So when you get your die, you want to make your embellishment. So you pass it, you use whatever cardstock paper you would like, and when you do, this is what you get. This is using cardstock pattern paper and glitter paper. If you don't have glitter paper, I know that you will use just regular color cardstock right there. And that is just 1 layer. To make my embellishments, I like adding 3 layers. So here are some of the embellishments that I made using 3 layers. So here's one. And let me see, here's another one. So these butterflies, I've used 3 layers. Let me show you what a 2-layer looks like. So that's what a 2-layer looks like. So remember, this is more on the flat side. If you want to send flat mail, just 1 layer. 2 layers, it gives it a little bit more dimension. And of course, when you do 3 layers, it gives it a lot more dimension. And you can do a combination of pattern paper, glitter paper, foil paper, just to give it that extra touch to your embellishment. I like using a lot of glitter. I did use like foil. It's like gold right there. Let me show you. Oops. It's right there. And then I did the pattern, and then it does have vellum. Those are the 3 layers that I like to use. and you can see it over here. On this one, I added glitter paper, and then the pattern paper, and then the vellum paper. And then I did cut out the center of the butterfly in that same glitter paper that is on the very bottom. To give it a more extra touch to your embellishment, to give it more glam, as you can see, I did add some glitter all around. I added the glue, and then I added some glitter, and that definitely gives it a more pretty look to it. But it's up to you if you want to use glitter or not. On this one, as you can see, I did not use glitter, and it's right there. Right there, you can see the one with glitter and without glitter. So it's up to you which one, how you would like yours to be done. But like I said, that's how I do it. You want to give more dimension to your embellishments and make them look more dimensional, a lot more prettier. Go ahead and add layers, and you don't have to do it in this order, like glitter, pattern, vellum. Use what you have on hand. So I'm sure if you use like glitter and maybe a solid and like another pattern paper, that will look nice too. You don't have to have vellum for this. I have, you know, a good stack of vellum paper, so I like to use it up, you know, on my embellishments. I think it gives it that more like fragile little touch, or it just makes it look nice to me when you use vellum. So here are some butterflies, and like I said, you can add glitter. Like for this gold one, I use this very fine glitter. It's messy. And then I made some other ones, and this one you can barely see it because it is a pink, very light pink glitter, so it kind of matches the pink on this one in the middle. Like on this one, as you can see, I added the pattern paper on the very bottom, and then the pink one, and then the vellum paper, and you can barely see it, but you can tell it's there. It gives it that extra touch, and for that I use this type of glitter. And then for the centers, you can use diamond dots. You can just use glitter paper like I did, or you can even use gold thread. I do like using gold thread. I did pick this one up from Hobby Lobby, and I just like to wrap it around. I don't really count how many times. It's up to your liking. That's a preference on how thick you would like the center to be. So let me show you. So I also want to show you that, let me move these out of the way so you can see that. Let's see. You can see the butterfly wings, how these, I use my little plastic bone folder to do it down. Like I used it to do on all 3 layers. On one, I went down, and then on another one, I just went up. So that's what you do to give it that extra dimension. So it's up to you if you want to do it down or go up. I kind of like it better up. I like the look of it. So that is my glitter paper. So you can break those, what are they called on the paper? I can't even think, but there you go. So the wings are going up, but if you go down, they're gonna look like this. I don't know if you can see that. Instead of going up and giving that dimension upwards instead of down. But like I said, you can do either way, whichever one is your favorite. So let's go ahead and do it. I did use a glue gun, so be careful. Don't get, unless you just want to use glue. But I just feel when I use glue and I'm in a hurry to make some embellishments, I do tend to take longer waiting for the glue to dry unless you have a really fast drying glue, and then you can go ahead and use that. And then for the vellum, I only use a little bit. You don't need a lot for the vellum. So, and I'm just doing it in the center, nowhere else but the center. That's where I'm adding the glue. And then you can just separate the butterfly wings to your liking. And then here is the glitter one, the glitter center. Same thing, just a little bit of glue in the center. And then try to layer it over just like that. So that's all you need. And like I said, just, you know, unfold the wings to your liking, separate them, and you are done with your butterfly embellishments. So that's how I like doing them. Just, you know, hopefully you were able to see, and you can see by doing it upwards, you can see the dimension on the butterfly. Like I said, you can leave it like that, or you can go ahead and add some glitter all around to give it some extra. And like I said, this one I did not add for this butterfly, the glitter butterfly, I did not add the glitter center. I added some flat backs in the center, but it's up to you whichever way. I think they both look nice. And then the other thing that is on trend also is doing butterflies with a bow in the center. So I do have this older bow in my collection. It's small. The size of your bow will be like the size to your butterfly die. So if you have a small butterfly die, you can go ahead and find a small bow. But if your butterfly is a little bit bigger, and then you can just find one according to your die, to your butterfly die. So I know that maybe some of you might have something like this. I had just ordered this set from KS Craft through AliExpress. It has 2 different sizes. I like this one because the newer dies have a stitching all around, so that when you die cut your piece, it has that stitch, and it came with this part of the bow. So I did not use these right here. It is a set. If I can find it on AliExpress, I will link it down below. And these are the small ones, because KS Craft does have a bigger size and a small size, but these are the small ones. I did not use this. I only use these 3. So if you have a bow, something like this with this shape, you can use that. I decided to use this because I really like the shape that this bow has, this bottom piece, just because it kind of reflects like some type of wings, like butterfly wings. So I figured that would give it more, it would give it extra dimension to my embellishment. So let me show you what that looks on paper. So there is that. I did use this die, the butterfly die, and I just used 1 layer on the bottom. And then for the second layer, I did use this. And then for the very top, I did use the bigger piece. And I just, you know, die cut them and then glue them together in pattern paper that I liked, and solids as well. So, and then the center, I did use the center in glitter paper on the very top. But like I said, you can also use thread. You don't have to use this this glitter paper. You can also use gold thread, the thread that I showed you right here, and you just wrap it around this piece before gluing it down. Wrap as much as you would like to your liking, and then just go ahead and glue it down once you are done. And if you don't have this type of die, because I know it's a newer die, or you don't want to order it, like I said, you might have something like this in your stash, or like a small bow that might fit your butterfly die. You can also, and here are some examples of this die right here. I just added the middle piece, the bow piece, and this one has flat backs in the, not flat backs, but diamond dots. So this one has diamond dots in the center if you prefer diamond dots, but that's what this one will look like, just by itself, just like that. And then I did add some with the bottom piece, since, you know, if you don't have this type of piece, you can still use your piece that comes with your bow. And this is what it will look like. And I think it looks nice. I mean, it's up to you if you prefer having it or not having it. So that would be the difference. But I did make two so you could see what they look like. And then here is another one, just with the butterfly die cut, but that's the smaller one. The butterfly, and then the bow, this one, because this one is smaller than this one. So I did use the smaller one for the smaller butterfly, and the bigger one with the bigger butterfly. So for this one, I did use this one, and then I just added the gold in gold foil, the center. So I really like that. I mean, it's up to you. And if you don't like pattern paper, you can use solids. And right here is an example of what solids might look like. Or if you just want to keep it plain and just want to use paper to make your embellishment, you can do 2 layers, and that's what it will look like, with some glitter in the middle. And that also looks very nice, unless you want to just keep it flat and just do 1 layer. It's up to you, but I just wanted to share how I do my butterfly embellishments, because I know sometimes we wonder how people do things, how they put things together, and I just wanted to give you some tips and tricks on that, how I do my embellishments, and how you are able to do the bow butterfly embellishments that are in trend at the moment. So I hope you like this video. I hope it wasn't too overwhelming, because I did show you how to do the layering on the butterflies, adding the glitter around, or how to use the thread, how to do the bow butterflies. Very simple. But if you need any extra guidance, or if you have any questions, just ask. I'll be happy to help you and explain things. If you want me to do just a separate video on how I do the bow butterflies, please let me know. I will be glad to help you in any way that I can. All right, guys. Well, I really hope that you guys like these butterfly embellishments. Like I said, if you have any questions, please let me know down below. Let me know which butterfly was your favorite, with glitter or just flat, 1 layer, or the bow butterflies. Which ones are your favorite at the moment? I really like the bow butterflies at the moment. So I hope this was help you guys. Like I said, I hope I did not confuse you. That it's not my intention. I just want to help you, and so you can learn how to do some nice embellishments as well. And you don't have to go out and buy some new dies. Use the butterfly die that you have with a bow butterfly bow die that you already have, and just glue them together. All right, guys. Well, I hope everybody has a blessed day. Till next time. Bye bye.